In this video, I will show you a couple fast and easy techniques in order to remove parts in your image and replace it with something else. So one of the techniques that I'm going to tell you, it's the technique that using the option that is called blend if. So I have two images that you see here, this one and this one. And I want to remove this sky here in this photo and replace it with the sky from the bottom image. So what I'm gonna do first, I will make a copy from the layer that I have. So I told you about the shortcut. You can do Command C, and if you hold Shift Command V, just like paste it in place, exactly the same proportion and same place that it was before. So now I have two copies of that image. So I will turn one of the layers off and I will work in the top layer. What I'm gonna do in order to have access to blend if option, I click on the layer that I am working and it brings up the layer style for me. So in the layer style, you will see there is an option, it is called blend if. Basically, blend if allows you to remove some part or some colors from the highlight. So you have the option to choose the color channel that you want to specifically target and remove it from the image, and basically it removes that color channel for you. So if you have RGB mode, it's like red, green, blue, and if it is CMYK, it is cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So in order to do that, in order to remove it from the highlights, we work with the first slider that it is called this layer. And what you need to do, you need to choose the channel that you want. So right now I want to target the sky, which is like in the blue color. So I will choose the blue channel. And I need to tell you, these techniques is good when you have higher contrast images with a more clear difference between different part of the image. So if all colors are blended and it is low contrast or if it is less saturated, then it's gonna be harder for you to work in this technique. So right now let's try the blue color. What I'm gonna do, I just like move this slider toward left. I will see, like you see, like different part of the image is removing because it affects the blue color. So if you take a look here, you will see areas from the mountain, for example, is removing. Why? The reason is that so still there are some pigments or like you know, mixture of the blue color or blue channel in the other areas of the image. That's the reason it affects it and it removes it. So there are just like some blue highlights in the mountain and it removes it. I don't think you should be worried at this point because we have a copy and from the image, from the original image, and I will show you how to bring back those areas. But also another thing that it is good to know, if I do Command Z, right now instead of like moving the slider, first I hold the Alt and click, and you can see the slider just trimmed in two pieces. What I do, I just like choose like one of the pieces and move it and like do it step by step slowly. In this case, it does it like in a more smooth and like better transition way to remove the parts, as you can see. So I do it like step by step, try to remove parts. And for example, I'm happy with this much of removing from the blue channel. So right now I press OK. And if I click on the layer underneath the top layer, you can see like everything brings back. So what I do, I can just like right now, so we want to have this area of the sky removed, but at the same time, I just don't want to touch in the mountain area or bottom part of the photo. What I do, I click on the second layer and I'm gonna create a mask, but an inverted mask. Basically, I'm gonna create a negative mask. What I do, in order to create a mask, you need to click on the mask icon, but if you hold the Alt, it makes a negative layer mask for you. So I click on that one and it creates a black layer, which it means like it conceals everything from that layer for me. So the whole layer is masked right now. That's the reason, like we don't see any difference if I have this layer on or off. Because everything is concealed with the black. So when you have a mask, if you go and choose the brush, and if you work with the black and white color, basically black removes part from the mask and the white brings it back. Right now I have the brush and I select the mask with the white, not with the black, because I want to bring it back. I can with brush, just like brush this area. Again, don't be confused. I'm working in the second layer and I'm not affecting anything from this layer, okay? But the reason that I see it like this, because I created a negative layer mask which concealed everything in that layer. So I'm trying to bring it back. But I'm not trying to bring back this area. Why? Because I don't need that part of the sky. I just want to be concealed and not seeing it. So anyway, this is the way that this tool works. And what I do, I use the white color brush. So when you get to these edges, you need to make your brush smaller and like be more specific, even increase the smoothing value of your brush. So in this case, like you have like nicer and a smoother way to use your brush. It's working perfectly on the edges. So this is the way you can practice this technique, and it is really helpful technique that you can apply in order to replace part of an image with one of the blend if color channels.